Welcome back. Today I have the AP2 S2000 by Motorhelix models. Now this was going to be part of 3 JDM models I was going to do in one video, but this one is so good I had to do it as a standalone. I hope you enjoyed the review.
And here you are. This is the AP2 S2000. This is the version that came with the 2.2-liter engine. And this model is by Motorhelix. This is in this beautiful silver color. And this is in 1/18 scale. Just a overall observation. The paint on this model is fantastic. It is perfect. There are no scratches that I can identify, and the paint is put on fairly thick. It has a flake in the paint as well, and the clear coat is really nice and thick. I'm very impressed with the paint on this particular model. You take a look at the front of the model. This model basically has all of the details that you'd want out of a full detailed higher end model. Not only do you have the headlight detail, which is pretty much perfect to the real thing, you also have the Honda emblem, and this is actually raised, and it has a almost like a chrome look to it, so it looks very, very good and very believable. If you go to the back of the model, taillight detail again, perfection. Looks like the real thing, no flaws at all. You have this exhaust and it's nice and deep and believable. Again, you have the Honda emblem, the key hole for the trunk access is recessed just like the real thing as well. This is an opening model, which means that all of the openings do open. Because this is a convertible, this should be fairly easy. So let's go ahead and do that. Start with the doors. And the shut lines on this model are great. Motorhelix does a really good job with their shut lines. Really great job. And there you are, fully opened. The hinges are nice and sturdy. Don't have any fear of them collapsing or coming loose anytime soon. So let's take a look at this fantastic model by Motorhelix.
There is a lot to take in from this model, and you're going to, if you own one of these or going to own one of these, you're going to realize once you have it and you go through like I'm doing, like we're doing right now, going through the details, you're going to miss something and capture it another time when you're looking. It's just the nature of how detailed this particular model is. This is a extremely well done wheel. You could fool somebody and say this is the actual tire from the real car. That's how clear this is. Look at that cut of the rim. It is fantastic. And the print on the tires is extremely legible. You have the Bridgestone Potenza. This is very good. It even has this pattern on it. The only thing that's missing is the valve stem. But this is very typical Motorhelix. They do a great job with their wheels, but they always leave out the valve stem. Not sure why that is. The brake caliper looks like the real deal. And the disc in the back, the steel, is scrubbed as if it was the real thing. Same for the back. You have this very well detailed wheel tire combination. There's a little hint of those shocks in the back, that red that you see there. Again, no valve stem. I am so impressed with the taillight detail on this model. It's some of the best I've ever seen. Even the third brake light looks like the real deal. The lens is fantastic. As you can see, the dashboard imitates the real car very closely. This obviously being a molded piece, it's not going to look as concise as some extremely higher end models, but this is definitely acceptable. And keep in mind how close this camera is to the dashboard. With the naked eye, this is gonna look far more relatively realistic from a distance like here, where again, you know this is an S2000 dashboard just by looking at it. The cluster itself is decent. It's not the best work by Motorhelix. Some better examples of Motorhelix, you can actually see the numbers a little bit more legibly. Not in this case. They did their best to imitate the dashboard because it is a digital dashboard. I think some of the um, attempt at the LED should have been left out. In fact, when this car is turned off, you just have a black screen. I think this actually would have been better off if the screen was just left black and used a transparent material to make it look as if it was a lens cover. But that's just my opinion. You even have the flake on the storage compartment with the S2000 written on it. That shifter looks just like the actual shifter from the car. You have your emergency brake. It's very good. The seats are, again, decent. I can't say that these necessarily look like they're a soft material. They still look very detailed. They look like the real thing. You have a stitched seat belt here with the buckle. Oh, and by the way, the door sill is outstanding. It's a decal with raised information on it. And it is legible. You can see the 001. You can see S2000 and Honda. Down below, you do have the 3-pedal setup, as this is a manual transmission, and the pedals are photo etched and look great. The door cards, fantastically detailed. You have all the controls and switches. The door jamb itself is sparse. There's no decal for any of the weights or any of the other specifications of the car. The rear compartment or trunk is fully carpeted, as it should be. The hinges are fantastic. Now, if there was a contender for the best engine, this here would be a very strong contender. This is the best engine detail of an opening model that I have seen this year from all the models that I reviewed anyway. And the only other one that would probably be a stronger contender or would be a little bit better, maybe, would be the almost real Paganis, of course. But I don't know. There is a lot here. I mean, everything is here. You have all of the information on the decals as far as the, I'm assuming this is the electronics box here. You have this battery and it has, again, all of the decals. This is just so much. This cover here is actually removable so you can see the exposed wires. That just gives you an idea of how much is here. You have all of this wiring here. You have all these lines. It's everything that you'd want out of a well-detailed engine is here. There is just so much here. I am amazed by this. I would love to take this and compare it to the actual car and try to figure out what's actually missing here. Because I don't think there's much, if anything. Let's see the oil filter, the blue little cylinder that you see there. Where is the oil dipstick? Maybe that's the only thing I'm not catching or probably missing it because I don't I love Hondas, but I never own one, so I wouldn't have any idea where that would actually be. But I'm blown away by this. No, by the way, most of the time when you see these S2000s, especially because they're older now, how often do you actually see this heat shield still here? Most folks take that off, and it's more of a show thing than anything else. But I do find it really cool and interesting that you see it here. I'm just blown away by this. The only negative, and it's not really a negative, it is an observation, this expansion tank here. Now, AutoArt has gone and made these transparent, which look far more realistic than just this solid white color that has been used in models since it seems like the beginning of time. But that is just a small little thing to be complaining about. Other than that, this is fantastic. As I mentioned, the engine cover, not engine cover, the ignition wire cover is removable. So you can, if you wanted to, take that out. And there you are, even more exposed wires. This is unbelievable. Wait until you see the underside. You could spend hours looking at this. It is so beautiful and so well done. You can see lines that start from the top of the engine all the way through the underside here. There's just, again, so much to take in here. Look at that exhaust. It's so well done. Looks like the real deal. Drive shaft, which is a two-piece, which some folks switch out for a one-piece. You have your rear suspension, all of your A-arms.
And there you are, the AP2 S2000 by Motorhelix. And now to my conclusions.
Motorhelix did an outstanding job with this model. This model is the complete deal. It has everything that you'd ever want out of a well-detailed S2000 model. It is by far the best zinc opening die cast 1/18 scale S2000 ever. Now, AutoArt will eventually, I would believe, at some point come out with their composite version, but right now, this blows away the AutoArt that was out many years ago. This model comes in different variations in that you have the hard top, you have a soft top, you have windows, you have an engine, and the engine is very well detailed. It comes with a plaque and a stand. There is just so much going on with this model that Helix really put their full efforts in making sure anyone who is interested in this will be completely satisfied. Now, all of this good stuff that comes with this model is reflected in the price, because the price of this model ranges anywhere from $225 on the low side, seen as high as $350. This is in US dollars. If I also put a rating on this model, I am definitely giving it the $4 signs. This model will go up in value in time, just like the real car has gone up in value. Please like and subscribe. That is the best way to know you're enjoying these videos. I appreciate your time. I look forward to seeing you next time.